flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as the mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water, reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. Another one? Another, what's the, I have arrived, I'm home. Another Plum Village popular songs. Arrive, I have arrived, I am home is, I think many of us would like to think of it as a Plum Village national anthem. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I am solid, I am free, I am solid, I am free, in the altar may I dwell, in the altar may I dwell. You have a request? Do you know the song I Am a Cloud? Okay. If you don't respond, it means you know it. I am a cloud, I am the blue sky, I am a bird spreading out its wings. I am the flower, I am the sunshine, I am the earth receiving a seed. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brothers, oh dear sisters, let's walk together mindfully. And I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh dear brothers, oh dear sisters, let's walk together joyfully. Dear most respected Thai, dear venerable, dear brother, dear sisters, and dear beloved communities, welcome to a day of mindfulness at Blue Cliff Monastery. We will begin with a guided meditation. So please come back to your upright, comfortable postures. We can take some time to adjust. If you're on a cushion, please feel solid onto the mat, to the earth. If you're on a chair, feel solid with your 2 feet and your surface on the chair surface. And we can come back to the present moment, to here and now, to this meditation hall, and allow ourselves to relax. If our shoulder is tense, we can relax it. And allow ourselves to bathe in the energy of the Sangha, of mindfulness and peace and ease, and know that we're safe, surrounded by people that practice mindfulness. And to help us do that, we can come back to our in-breath and our out-breath. Or we can place our hand on our abdomens. If needed, we can feel the risings when we breathe in and the falling of the abdomen when we breathe out. And we will be guided with sounds of bells and poetry, just to help us become more relaxed and come back to the community, come back to the here and the nows.
Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, I follow my in-breath from the beginning to the end. Breathing out, I follow my out-breath from the beginning to the end. Following my in-breath, beginning to end. Following my out-breath from beginning to end. Breathing in, I cherish my in-breath and the present moment. Breathing out, I cherish my out-breath and the present moment. Cherishing my in-breath and the present moment. Cherishing my out-breath and the present moment. Breathing in, I am aware of this precious body of mind. Breathing out, I send my love and gratitude to all the cells in my body. In, aware of my precious body. Out, send my love and gratitude to my body. Breathing in, how happy I am to be alive, to be aware, and to breathe in. Breathing out, I smile to all the wonders inside of me and outside of me. In, lucky to be alive. Out, smiling. Breathing in, I am fully present for my in-breath with a smile. Breathing out, I am fully present for my out-breath with a smile. In, fully present. Out, fully present.
Dear friends, thank you for practicing with us. Thank you, sisters. It did help me calm a bit more. When I arrived at Blue Cliff Monastery in April, these are questions that I were asked almost every week. When did I arrive at Blue Cliff Monastery? So when I arrived at Blue Cliff Monastery in April, I have a chance to have many conversations with friends, and it's partly because I'm very interested about the East Coast, and partly I'm very interested to our friends' stories, how they had been in COVID and also their life in the East Coast. And they were also very interested in my monastic life and the vow that we take. So the other question that I always get asked is, why did you become a monk, a nun or a monk? And because we know this is something you are very interested, so I did not mind answer them. And I always answer is in 2007, I was at Deer Park Monastery, and I was very attracted to the simple living that Plum Village offered. And when I stepped into Deer Park Monastery, I was stepping into, now that I know, is the peace and the stillness and the gentleness and the kindness that was offered at Deer Park Monastery. And all I had to do was just enter the monastery, and I was in that space. So I was attracted to that. And I was also attracted to the excitement of Plum Village tradition. The smile, the laughter, the celebration that we celebrate. Christmas is one of our major celebration. Lunar New Year is another of our major celebration. But here in the US, we also celebrate Thanksgiving and other mini holiday like Halloween's, if we have time and space to do so. So celebration is a big part of our way to celebrate life. And beside that, there's other excitement, like traveling to very famous countries, like France, of course the US, Italy, Japan. So those, in 2007, that excited me. And I knew that was part of the reason why I want to enter Plum Village tradition, because we get to connect to people all around the world by hosting retreat in those countries. And of course with Thai is always much more fun and much more festive. But we continue to do so because that is, Thai has planted the seed, and I think it was planted well. So monastic like me and other monastics that had trouble with Thai, I don't think we would give up the traveling part to different countries and host retreat on behalf of the Sangha. But there is one question that I don't get asked often, and I would like to share here today, which is more dear to my heart, because I feel it has nourished me much more in my past years with the Sangha. And that is what made me happy. And why am I still in the Sangha, especially in the Plum Village tradition? So what made me happy? What made me happy, I feel deeply in my heart, is to be part of the Sangha, and that's mean to be in the energy that I was talking about, to be in the energy of peace and gentleness and kindness and compassion. And I know many of you, when you come to Blue Cliff Monastery, you feel that energy. They say that it's in the air, and I think it is in the air, that those energies are in the air. And when we enter this space, we're able to feel it because it's there, it's available for us. So that made me happy. And now that I know those are the reasons why that they make me happy, I actively cultivate them with my monastic sisters and brothers, and also with you. And that made my happiness grow even bigger, because not only I know that those are the reasons why that made me happy, but now I'm actively cultivating it, so that happiness is just magnified, giant, because I'm not only receiving it from the environment right now, so I'm not only receiving it from you, but I'm also receiving it internally because I am actively cultivating it inside of me. So I can help you understand a little bit more by do a few illustrations. So the other excitement about Plum Village is we invite creativities. So you see, if you stay with us for a week, maybe even a week, you will get to experience a lot of singing, a lot of instrument that's played, especially guitars. We have many guitars, monastics that are playing the guitars, and drum. What else do we play? Sometimes the flute. A few sisters play flute, and then you often see sister play the violin and the brother play the cello for the Namo Avalokiteshvara. But the other is the visual art. So you see that there are visual art all around our monastery, especially calligraphy. Tai is a master of writing calligraphy. So you see a lot of calligraphy and also art that are painted or drawn by monastics. That's also around the monastery. If you're lucky you get to see one. Okay. But today you get to see one in a Dharma Talk. Okay, so okay, this is me, Sister Nghiem. And I'm a bit nervous now, so I see that my shoulder is a bit tense. Okay, so this is me, and this is an example, okay? It could be true or cannot be true. And it could be anyone, but just to illustrate, to give an example, this is Sister Nghiem. And let's say that Sister Nghiem is doing walking meditation. And for example, she's walking very mindfully. Okay, she's walking very mindfully. Let's say outside of the hall. Okay, and there are, it could be Sunday today, could be Sunday. And there are friends that saw Sister Nghiem doing walking very mindfully, and she's radiating peace and joy. So she's radiating peace and joy. To her friends, let's say is, oh yeah, and all this illustration, imagine you are in your 5-year-olds. So maybe Sister Nghiem is in 10-year-old. Okay, so let's say there is a 5-year-old adult walking after Sister Fu Nghiem, and he saw that, wow, she's walking very beautifully, and he feels a lot of peace and happiness and joy while just seeing Sister Fu Nghiem doing this walk joyfully and peacefully and very slow. Okay. So when this 5-year-old see that, that energy also generate in that 5-year-old. When the 5-year-old have a thought that, oh, she's walking so peacefully and she feels so relaxed and calm and joyful. So that generate in that 5-year-old internally, just by seeing it. By our eyes, it also generate inside of us through the eyes, and it come into us, okay? So, okay, the boy is seeing Sister Fu Nghiem, and he create this positive energy, and this boy also feel positive. And then this boy is like, maybe I should do the same. Maybe I can also be peaceful and joyful and at ease, just like this person. So maybe I can give it a try. You know, there's that thought come up in the mind. So not only this, when I am generating joy, because in the monastery there's not only Sister Fu Nghiem and this boy. There are many people. For example, right now in the hall is like at least 40 people. So when I am doing mindful walking, at least 40 people is seeing me. So at least 40 people is benefited from it. Whether let's just say that these 40 people doesn't know about mindful walking yet. They still benefit because they observe something, they interact with something that are very, very positive. So then it also makes you feel positive. Okay. It's a little bit like you have a friend that you can always trust, and all you have to do is be next to that person and you just feel relaxed. So it's a similar situation. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a few more. This time maybe a girl, okay, a 5-year-old adult. Sorry, my drawing is getting... Okay, and so this also generates to her, and maybe there's a monastics. My monastic buddies is also doing walking meditation outside. Okay, so and my monastic brother is also doing beautiful walking meditations, and it also generates to her. And it also can generate to another person that is around nearby. That could be another monastics. And it continue on. I'm drawing a circle so that we understand that it continue on. It doesn't end just right there. And even so it continue on, and this person maybe already been to Blue Cliff for like, who knows, 5 years, and then she got it down. She knows how to walk mindfully. Okay, so she is benefiting these monastics and this boy. But our energy, or whatever we cultivate and is radiating, it not only radiate one direction, like here as an example, it radiate to everyone, because if I'm outside and I'm doing mindful walking and 40 people is around me, then that 40 people see it. And whether that 40 people know about walking meditation, they benefit. And if some of those 40 people practice mindful walking and also cultivating joy and peace, then that person also benefit. So we benefit each other. It's like a mirror effect, you know. So whether you know you cultivate peace and joy, or you don't cultivate peace and joy, it reflects to each other. And it not only reflects sideways, but it reflects all around. All around. For example, if we're doing sitting meditation, here's another illustration to help. If I'm doing sitting meditation, okay, and this illustration I use, and my radiation, my energy, irradiate all around, okay, and that's just in the space, irradiate all around, okay. So let's say, you know, when we're doing sitting meditation, we're not only practice sitting solidly, but sometimes we practice loving kindness. Sometimes we practice contemplation, a different kind of contemplation, like contemplating to well wishes to a loved one, or peace, sending peace to a loved one. So we're contemplating in peace, loving kindness, or compassion. So not only mindfulness, not only we are radiating mindfulness, we're also radiating whatever energy that we are focused on. Okay, so those energy get radiated, and it go everywhere around us. Okay, so it's the same. And so let's say that the next day, okay, this boy right here is practicing walking meditation. Okay. The next day, Sister Nghiem got into like a fight or something, a very gentle fight with her sister. We don't have such big fight here. Well, let's just say we don't have so obvious fight here. Most of fight are very gentle and not obvious, but we even rarely have those things. So let's say I'm in one of those days, and I forgot to practice walking meditation. But when I see this boy, and this boy has, I should give this boy the same kind of hair, because it's the same kind of boy. He hasn't shaved his head yet. So this boy is doing walking meditation because he learned it yesterday from Sister Nghiem and everyone else that is doing walking meditation. So he now offering his joy and peace to me. When I see him walking, water, we call it water, we allow that those energy to come up again. He start watering remind me that, oh, this is a nice way to walk. This kind of walking will help me calm down. So it's a reminder. So this is what I was talking about when I say what made me happy is I'm living in that kind of space where I always have reminder. And not only I have reminder, but because Blue Cliff Monastery is developed in 2007. So this space has cultivated those kind of energy for 17 years, almost 17 years now. Well, actually 17, almost 18 years. No? Is my math not correct? Someone is shaking their head. 14? Okay. More than 10 years. Yes, so those energy are cultivated in Blue Cliff Monastery. And all we have to do is enter it. And we are bathing in that energy. Just like the sitting meditation this morning. All we have to do is enter this meditation hall and we're able to be activated, bathing in those kind of energy. And we feel safe. Is anyone here do not feel safe in this hall at the moment? Yes. It's because we are only cultivating those energy. We don't cultivate violence here so much. So when you enter a space like that, you just feel safe. You feel relaxed. You feel like you want to slow down because everyone is slowing down. If we are rushing, it looks odd. So it's a good thing. That means here we have reminder to let us know naturally. We naturally just slow down. There's not a force. It's like, okay, I gotta slow down, you know. But we naturally want to slow down because we're entering a space that allows us to do that naturally. Yeah. So now, in the monastery, we know that it's much more simple because all those energy are available and is cultivated by everyone. And it's also, that's how, now that I'm actively aware of it, and I'm actively cultivating it for myself, and also for the Sangha, I feel is my way of giving back to the Sangha for all those times that they have nurtured me. Now is by practicing mindful step and mindful breathing, I am giving back to the Sangha. And I'm happy to give back to the Sangha. And I am happy to collectively cultivate that together with the Sangha. Okay. But of course, our friends here, many of you do not live here. You might live here for 1 week or 2 weeks. And some of us are lucky, we live here for 3 months. And some of us are even more lucky, we live here a whole life. So I know, so what I do is, we also have bedrooms. And it's a space where I would say part of simple living is sharing space. So in the monastery, simple living is also means sharing space. And we share space everywhere. Even in our bedroom, we share space with someone. But I would say the bedroom is more like our space, like my space. It's a place, it's a space where I can design the way I want. I can add a little more touch of my personal touch if I want. Like I can add a certain plant. I can add a photo of Thai if I want to. But in the dining hall, I cannot do that. I cannot just put a plant wherever I want. or maybe in the meditation hall, because it's a collective space and there are people doing that. An individual cannot do that. But in our bedroom, we can do that, at least for our corner. So if I'm sharing a space with another sister right now, so my corner, I can design whatever I want. And then her corner, she can design whatever she wants. So I see that a little bit like, so my corner is a little bit like your apartment or your condo. So when I am by myself, I know that I also need to be actively generating the same kind of energy that the Sangha had offered to me. So what I do is I bring in items that nourish me when I look at it, because I'm a very visual person. So I know my strong sense is visual. And I know that when I look at something that's nourishing, it will bring me back to mindfulness right away. Or at least it will be the quickest way to bring me back to mindfulness. Because I know. So what I do is, I brought a few things to show you so that you can see what's in my room and it's real. Okay? So I love nature. So even in my bedroom, I have a lot of plants. And this is one of them that I planted. Actually, someone planted this and asked me to care for it, and I've been caring for it for a few months already. So this is one of the items. And we want to put intention into the item that we choose. That's what makes it a strong practice, and that's what makes it alive. Okay, so let's see what kind of intention I put in this plant. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I would look at the plant, and I know it's growing. So it's an example of growth, continue to growth. And that's what I need to do. No matter what happened in my life, I need to continue to grow. Because that's the nature. Whether I want it or not, it will just naturally do it for me. Okay? So this is a reminder of me, like, I need to grow. And you know, I not only need to grow, but I need to grow fresh, like the plants. See, every time the plant is giving out new leaf, it's very fresh. Okay? So those, and yeah, okay. So that's the plants. And it's in a space where I see it every day. Okay, another thing that is in my corner is a baby Buddha. Okay. So a baby Buddha, this baby Buddha, it represents, you see, this baby Buddha, if you see it close, is really enjoying life. So this is what I want. I want to learn to enjoy life fully. So when I look at this baby Buddha, it's reminding me to enjoy life fully. Okay? Take an in breath and it'll be okay. Okay? Don't worry so much. What else do I have? I brought something that in the monastery contemplate a lot lately. That is impermanence. Okay. This is an apple that when I went to the mountains and I picked it, and at the beginning it looked very fresh and delicious, but somehow I didn't eat it. And then now it's after 2 months, and it's aging but it's aging very beautifully. So so whenever I look at it, it reminds me aging, but age beautifully. I can age with grace, and different stage of my life is beautiful. Even though we're getting older, I'm losing memory already. But there are other qualities that in my life that I'm developing that's also allow me to be beautiful, just as I was when I was in my 20s. Okay, so this is impermanence. And the other thing that, and of course, like I share, I have a sister that shares a room with me, and each of us offer our smiles to each other, and we may think a smile is simple, but when you're able to offer a smile to the one that you're next to, it makes a giant difference, especially when you are down and that person doesn't know why, but it doesn't matter. She offered me a smile. It made a giant difference just to see her smile, and I don't need to tell what is my problem is, but seeing her smile is already help. Okay, and beside that, I mean, she offered many other aspects of my life, and of course, the one we all love is Thai. Okay, so these Thai. When I first ordained, Thai would give a talk twice a week. So we would see Thai every week, at least twice, if not 3 times, if not more. But now Thai is in Vietnam and I'm in Blue Cliffs, so I don't get to see him visually. So I need to remind her of Thai, because when I see Thai, when I think of Thai, I think of the innovation that he brings to the world, and also he offered to his students. He take old things and he innovated and then make it like fresh and new, and make it alive. So I need to be reminded of that. I need to be reminded by his patience. He's always patient with us. I remember many of the lessons that he taught me, and he was so patient and understanding. And those lessons I still remember. And one of those lessons is to be in front of you. I remember how he taught me that. And of course, his strength to always to continue. To remember to grow and continue. And you have the Sangha to support you, to support me. So you see that these are objects, but they can mean a whole lot to my life because I add intention into them. And because I add intention to them, I am surrounded by those intentions. So when I'm in my room and I look at these individual objects, I'm surrounded by those positive thoughts. I'm not allowing myself to just think randomly, not just anything. But I want to focus on a certain thing. So I put my intention in those things, and whenever I look at it, that's my contemplation, my daily contemplation. So I know that it helps. So this is what happened. I'll do this really quick. So I have a few objects, right? And I'm surrounded all around by all these objects. Okay, for example, an apple. This is a fresh one. When I not yet wrinkle. So when I put intention into this object, which is an apple, it radiates that energy that I put into, which is, what do I say, impermanence, and age beautifully. So when I look at it, this is what I think. I learn to age beautifully, and I know that life is impermanence. I know that one day I will wrinkle like that, but I still can be beautiful. Okay? I have a plant. And the plant represents freshness, growth, okay. Vitality, okay. And I have my sisters. And she offered me the smile. She also offered me a lot of understanding just by listening to me. In the room, I'm the one that do the most talking. So it's also it's so nice to have someone listen to you and understand it and not question so much. So there's that. And there's Thai. Even is a photo of Thai. Even a photo. And you might have a photo of your kids. It could be anyone that, you know. Okay, so strength, patience, and innovation. This is the one I love the most because I like to be creative. And then there's the Buddha. Here's the Buddha here. And his big ear that we imagine of. I don't know if it's real or not. But it's in the statue. Okay. And he is, what did he radiate? Diligence and solid, and live life fully, Okay? And of course, these are my intention. You can put your own intention, depend on the need of your practice, of your well-beings. Okay? And you see how this example, illustration is the circle of merging. So you see, they are not only offering. This is also another way of saying that they are inter-art. They merge into each other's. And I am not only benefit from this corner, but you know I also benefit from this corner. Like for example, this is impermanence. I'm not only benefit from here, but I'm also benefit from here, because they're all merged, they all interbe, they all connected. But this is just an example of an illustration, how it works. Okay. And the other thing about how we are inter-art, once our practice is strong, and a person look at us and they feel inspired, the inspiration not only lasts right there, right then, but even after, when, let's just say a friend that come here, I had a friend that came here 2 weeks ago, and then she went back to New York City, and she wrote me a card, and she said that all those memories that we had created in Blue Cliff Monastery is still lingering in her mind. And every time she think of it, it brings a smile on her face. So you see, it doesn't stop there. It continues to radiate in us depend on how strong it had inspired and affect us in our hearts. Okay, so it can travel very far. And Thai has given many examples of this. So, time is running out, but we had prepared something and we should do it. This is the holiday seasons, and we would like to offer you a gift that we hope it will bring a lot of warmth during the holiday season. So I invite two friends, a mother and a daughter, to illustrate this to you. And as they're coming up, you ready? Yeah? You can grab a chairs. So this is Dan, the mothers, and she comes to Blue Cliff Monastery almost every day, if possible. Please come closer. Please move the chair closer. This is like her second home. And this is her daughter. Is it Karen? Becky, sorry. This is Becky. And she flew all the way from California to be with her families for the holidays. And they will help me illustrate hugging meditation. So I'll share a little bit before they can illustrate that. So hugging meditation is, I describe it, this is how I describe it. I describe it as a kind of intimacy. Hugging is a kind of intimacy. It's like cuddling. It's a kind of intimacy that contains a lot of respect and gratitude. So, and it's very nourishing when we have respect for each other and knowing that we are grateful for each other. So often what we do is before we hug anyone, we're very grateful to that person. And we can even say out loud like what they has done that benefit us so much. You don't have to, not many things, could be one thing. One thing is like, one time, this is what the mother say to 6-year-old son. She say that when I'm stressful at work and I come home and you rub on my back and I just feel everything was dissipated in me. All my stress, all my worry at work, it dissipated in me. Just the act of rubbing your hand on my back. So those, and once we are shared like that, you just feel good. How could you not feel good? And those kind of sharing, it allows us to be also special, but knowing that they mean a whole lot in our life. And we are grateful for them to be part of our life. Okay? And then you face each other, okay? And then you join your palm, okay, to kind of this is to help bring you back to who you are, to where you are. Okay? This is a gesture. And then you look into that person's eye. Then you bow to that person. And then you open up your arm. And then you embrace that person with 3 in-breath and out-breath to really offer your gratitude to that person present. And how lucky you are that you still have each other's. Then you release it. And then you bow to each other again. Okay. And that's the end of hugging meditation. Okay. So I invite you, if you still have loved one in your life, I invite you to practice during the holidays. If you can do this, it would be the best gift that you can offer for the holiday seasons. And it's probably the only gift they want, beside present. Present is extra. I'm sure the little kid would love to have present too. But that is not something they will remember. What they remember is how much love you offer to them during the holiday season. Okay. Are you ready to give it a try? Yeah. Maybe we'll listen to one sound of bell before they start. Thank you. Dear Noble Sangha, that is the end of my part. And in my family, whenever our parents have guests come over, and from time to time they get tired of talking, they invite their kids to come out to kind of entertain their guests before they continue again. So it's the same here. Sometimes my older brother and sister get tired of talking. Not because of you, but sometimes they just need a rest so that they can prepare for the next talk to share with you. So they bring us out to entertain you. And I'm so happy that to be able to have a chance to entertain you and be with you for the last hour. Please enjoy your peaceful walk, and also mindful eating that will be offered later on in the day, and also the recitations. And, happy holiday.